ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit.
Subscribe. Finally, I got me one.
Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends 80 Years Love Triangle Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Cyclops 3-pack. If you're trying to pick up your Marvel Legends, you can do so at Megalopolis, City of Collectibles, where you can pick up your Marvel Legends and all kinds of other action figures. They have their daily deals and an awesome rewards points program, so check them out. Link in the description below. I'm excited for this 3-pack set, however, at the same time, I'm kind of feeling like I have each of these already. So anyway, on the side you can see the trading cards of the characters right over there, so that looks really cool, the trading card images anyway, and then you can see them again on the very back. And then it says right here, the artwork on this package is inspired by the iconic trading cards from the 1990s. It says it in multiple languages. And then you get a little read-up right here on Cyclops. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There's a little read-up on Wolverine. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. And then there's a little read-up on Jean Grey. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. And then you also have specs on each of the characters as well, which is kind of neat. And then on this side you can see the trading cards once again. You get a spot varnished yellow X logo and all these tiny little X logos right over there, and then not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here are the figures out of the packaging, and I know I said I had these before, but I'm stoked to have them again. And there are differences over here, of course. So I'm seeing new head sculpts on all three of these right here, which already makes me happy. And we get some other accessories as well, so let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at the figures. And we get an incredible number of head sculpts with this 3-pack set. So you can see we get 2 head sculpts for Jean Grey, 3 head sculpts for Cyclops, and 3 head sculpts for Wolverine. Man, I haven't been given this much head since I've had kids. And then you can see that we get these interchangeable claws, 2 sets of interchangeable claws for Wolverine as well. So looking at the cartoon Jean Grey head sculpt first off, I think it looks magnificent. I mean, they really made both of these head sculpts look great. Nice clean paint apps for the mouth right there. The lips look really good, and the eyes look great as well. Really pretty green eyes. The eyebrows look nice and clean. I think the flesh tone looks good as well. And I'm not really seeing any crazy bleeding or anything with the headdress right there, so that's really cool. Wish we had an articulated ponytail. And I really like this sculpt right there for the ponytail as well. Her red hair looks really good. Nice paint mixed in there a little bit too, so I dig that. Or actually, you know what? There is no paint mixed in there. It just, you know, sometimes I get fooled by the shadows. So, but still, sculpted out very well. Really like those beautiful, luscious lips right there. Same thing right over here. We get the beautiful, luscious lips, and you can see the teeth right there. I like that a lot. Again, beautiful green eyes. I love this hair sculpt. Oh man, so much better than the previous version. I mean, just to see a comparison. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh my God, yeah, it's hideous. Yeah, so not that bad though. You know, not first Emma Frost figure bad, but yeah, the hair sculpt right here is just so much better, and I like the hair color as well. And then Cyclops, we get the same head sculpt that we'd seen on the last Jim Lee Cyclops, just a different color for the visor, and we get, you know, different color throughout for Cyclops over here. Unfortunately, there's this little speck on his chin that bothers me, but other than that, it does look pretty clean, so I'm not too upset about it. Looks pretty good. And then we get these other 2 head sculpts for him, so I feel like this is the cartoon Cyclops right over here, right? Am I wrong about that? But, you know, the glasses and the hair kind of reminds me of the cartoon version, so that's the one I'm going with. I'm calling this my cartoon head sculpt, and then this is the comic head sculpt right here. I remember he definitely looked like this in the comics for sure, but I do feel like this eyebrow is just slightly off. I don't know if he's supposed to be making an expression, but I feel like this eyebrow is not painted correctly, so it bums me out just a little bit, but overall it still looks good to me, and I do like how the hair came out right there. A little red dot on top of that. And Cyclops comes with interchangeable hands, so instead of just having the Jean Grey pleasure pose hand, we also get a left-fisted hand right here, which is great because Cyclops knows how to put his dukes up. He's supposed to have really good hand-to-hand combat skills, right? Then we get these 3 Wolverine head sculpts. We've seen this one before. You know, we got the smiling, smirking Wolverine right there. I feel like they could have added some, you know, light touches of black around the stubbly chin, but still looks pretty good, and it has its corresponding drop-down cowl right over there, so that's great. And then we've gotten the regular head sculpt for Wolverine. You know, we've seen this before. First I thought there was a black dot in the middle of his eyebrows right there, but nope, it's just, you know, the shadow. Again, oh man, I'm getting fooled by shadows. And then we have this ripped-up head, which we've seen before for the 12-inch scale Wolverine, but never before for a 6-inch scale Marvel Legend, and this looks looks really awesome. I love how this is all tattered and beat up. I love all the scars. I like the screaming face right there. He looks so angry. I like the little lines right there next to his cheek and everything. And if you have the 12-inch scale version, you will see that they are the same exact thing, just, retooled for a different scale. So yeah, it's really the same exact head sculpt right over there. So I really liked this the first time around with the 12-inch scale, so I like having it again a second time. And then we get these adamantium claw hands right there. We've seen this several times before, but now we get these new bone claw hands, which look fantastic. Got to turn down the lighting right here so you could really see that texturing for the bone claws. I'm not going to have them displayed with these on, but I really like them a lot. For some reason, this hand looks like they're just a little bit more smushed together than this one, but, still, I dig this quite a bit that we have these at least. I may put these on a different Wolverine figure. Not 100% sure exactly what I'm going to do with them yet, but I like them. And then it would have been cool to have a declawed set of hands to go along with this, and some Jean Grey pink effects. I've been kind of messing around with some of the different effects from different characters I have. Just trying to use different effects over here with Jean Grey, and I had some fun with that. So, stay tuned until the end of the video. I have plenty of picks. So I did some head swaps for you guys, just so you could see the new head sculpts on the older body, and then in case you wanted to see the old head sculpt on the new body, which I don't know what you want to do. And then here's one of the beautiful head sculpts that came with the Phoenix figure added to the new body, and I think that looks pretty cool. And I'm really happy with how the figure came out with the variety of blue colors that we're seeing right over here. The shoulder pads look slightly more metallic than the torso does right there. And I do like how we have this dark yellow throughout. I think the dark yellow looks really good. On the left breast though, the pink gets a little splotchy with the blue. The right side looks okay. And then we do have a little bit of scuffing right there on the very back. I like that we've got these metallic blue rectangles right here added to each shoulder or each bicep. And then the belt looks pretty clean, which has been reused, but it's a slightly different color than before. And we also get those same forearm guards. The nalgas look great, and then the legs look fantastic as well. And we have those nice gold pieces on the hips, or on the thighs anyway. I always liked this design. I don't know why I always thought that was really hot. Even when I was a little kid, I was like, wow, I don't know what it is. I like that suit. And then of course the figure has peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So I like the articulation on this Jean Grey compared to the previous version, so much more so. Now with this head sculpt, you're going to get a little bit more range of motion as far as looking upward goes. So yeah, you got that ponytail kind of scooting off to the side, so she can look all the way up. She has a disc hinge in there. You do get the forward and back shifting like a pile driver. She can look all the way down, and you get side to side motion and head pivoting. Shoulders can move outward that far, and you can move them down, rotate forward, rotate back. You get a single jointed elbow. I wish we did have double jointed elbows, or at least an elbow bend that could move in more than that, especially because she's supposed to kind of using her telepathy or her telekinesis, and you can't get her hand all the way over there, and that's very frustrating. So why not double jointed elbows, or at least a better single jointed elbow? Anyway, we get the rotation right there. Then both hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. It would have been nice to get fisted hands, kind of like we got with the Emma Frost. Anyway, and check out that review if you haven't. Anyway, you get side to side motion right there at the diaphragm pivot. She crunches forward, crunches back. Hips move outward just that far, and then she can kick forward that much and back. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. Ankles move down, they move up, and she has beautiful ankle pivot. Now with Cyclops, we get this new jacket over here on the Bucky cap mold, like before with the Jim Lee Cyclops, and we get the same harness piece over here. Everything's just a much brighter yellow, which is a little bit more comic accurate as opposed to the first version that we've gotten. However, I will say I do like the slightly darker yellow just for photography purposes. It's just so bright and it gets lost with the lighting and everything. But yeah, when I have the darker color yellow, it's just easier to shoot for me. It does untab right here on the back very easily for me, so that's a little unfortunate. But I gotta say, I love how this leather jacket looks, man. Nice soft material right over here. I like how the whole fluffy collar looks right there. Nice black wash mixed in there with the brown. We've seen these arms before on a Punisher figure and Red Skull figure, I think. And then we get some nice deco right over here. These X's look great. We have the same parts and everything right over here for the rest of the figures. The Jim Lee, these strap pieces, they're not glued on or anything. They come apart fairly easy, but figure looks good regardless. Now the Cyclops articulation is almost the same as what we'd seen before, but slightly different. Of course, you can move the head up very far. You can move it downward. It does shift forward and back. You get side to side motion. A little bit of head tilting right there. Shoulders move outward that much. You can move them down. You can rotate a full 360. You get bicep swivel. Single jointed elbows that do bend in more than 90 degrees, which is cool. And you get side to side motion and hinge up and down with all three hands. You can get him to crunch forward that much, and that's one reason why this keeps on locking right over there. And he will crunch back that much. You get a waist swivel, and this just keeps wanting to come off. And you can move the hips outward that far. He will kick forward that far and back. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, boot rotation, articulation. Ankles move down, they move up, and he has a beautiful ankle pivot. And just an idea I have here, I'm wondering if I can make a quick morph custom really quick by just removing the head and then taking the belt off and maybe giving him a multiple man head sculpt. So I got to see how that would work out. So that doesn't look too shabby. Could pass as a morph. Maybe color the hair black instead, you know, maybe give him some dark under eye makeup or something like that. But yeah, this looks all right. I had to remove the harness though, and in order to do that, you have to remove the leather jacket. So you throw the arms back and it's soft enough where you can just peel it away from the arms like that. So not too hard to do. Now I'm going to skip the articulation segment on this Wolverine figure. It's the same exact articulation as this one right over here. And plus I've reviewed some Wolverine figures that have this same articulation. Just like the Cyclops figure, the yellow is much brighter on this one than it is on the previous version right there. And again, I kind of like the slightly darker yellow just because it's easier to shoot. I have to have my settings fairly dark to see this one right here clearly. We do have less metallic shoulder pads right over there. And for the claw comparison, it's slightly lighter in color than this version's right here. As far as the paint apps go, I did get a little bit of black missing right over there. I think I could touch that up myself though. A little bit of splotchiness on this side. Looking pretty clean on that side though. The black looks okay, even though it's missing a little bit of the black paint right over there. So not too awful or anything like that. You know, it's to what I was expecting for the most part. You know, I like it. Now to measure out these three figures, you can see that Wolverine is standing just a little under the 6-inch mark. Jean Grey is standing just at around the 6.5-inch mark. And it looks like Cyclops is standing just a little over 6.5 inches. And then here's the three figures next to their previous versions. And you can see with the older Jim Lee Cyclops and the older Wolverine, we get a much darker yellow that matches more of the Jean Grey color, which is supposed to be this color, but these two guys are supposed to be the lighter yellow. However, I do prefer the darker yellow. And then to bring in a couple other figures for comparison, we have the Phoenix figure and we have the Old Man Logan, which is using the same jacket as the Scott Summers figure right over here. This one has the detailed silver right there for the zipper. I wish we'd gotten that on this one. Also, this guy has double jointed elbows and this one does not, and it looks like their arms are almost the same length, so it would have fit to scale, right? I guess the Wolverine arms are just a tiny bit shorter, but still, I wish we'd gotten double jointed elbows on Cyclops over here. And then here's our X-Men Love Triangle 3-pack set. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man. Wow, jeez. Hey, I'm into redheads. Let's blow this popsicle stand, huh? Woohoo! Badass! So I really like these figures a lot. I guess my biggest gripe with them is that we could have gotten more accessories, right? I don't know, I always want more stuff. So more accessories would have been cool, especially an optic blast with Cyclops. Having an optic blast head sculpt to go along with it would have been really nice to have with this version of Cyclops. And having some accessories for Jean Grey would have been cool as well. But really, I'm happy with what we have over here. Even though I already had these figures in my collection, or these versions of these characters in my collection, we're getting 90s cartoon versions with this as well as comics. So I'm really happy with this set at the price point of around $60. I'm giving this a stud rating of I love it! And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. Hit the like button if you liked this video, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell if you have not already, and a big thanks to all these people over here that support this YouTube channel and help make this content keep on coming to your guys' faces via YouTube. I really appreciate it. If you want to stay tuned for the exclusive content and giveaways, check out my Patreon account down below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, check out MarvelousNews.com, and don't forget to follow me over on the social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.